Noia Māori, welcome to Tangata Pasifika.
Whakarapulai atu on the show today, a brand new music and arts centre for East Auckland.
Te Oro is a beacon of hope for our young people, a beacon of their aspiration. So we hope that it's also going to be a chance for them to express their creative side, and then from that build on the economic side.
Why are the numbers for Pacific Island head injuries so high?
I had a lot of neck pain, and day-to-day activities made me feel nauseous.
And musician Sio Vailua gives back to youth in Palmerston North.
What I've always been passionate about is seeing young people walking in their dreams, their abilities, but most of all, walking in confidence.
It's great to have your company today. We'd love to hear your feedback on any of our stories. Just hit us up on Facebook or Twitter.
Right now, it's time for our Pacific News with Sainafo Lava Sanele Chadwick.
Thanks, Marama. Thanks, Tom. Well, Auckland's Tongan community is rallying around the Vaia family after losing 3 female members in a horrific crash near Tauranga last week. The 3 women were on their way to Tauranga when their minivan collided with another vehicle and caught fire. 71-year-old Te Vunga Vaia and her 45-year-old daughter Lowena Vaia died in the crash, as well as 32-year-old daughter-in-law Takua Vaia. The 3 were members of the Onehunga Tongan Methodist Church.
Everybody is hurting, and everybody is mourning. Not only the church, the families, the relatives, the friends. And I tell you that every afternoon both houses is full. On every afternoon, that shows how much everybody felt.
The funerals for the women are expected to take place this weekend. Cook Islanders, Niueans and Tokelauans will soon be able to take their New Zealand pensions back to the islands without having to be resident here when they apply. The changes in a bill before Parliament, which passed its second reading last week. Among other things, the law change will mean pensioners from those islands who want to retire there no longer have to live in New Zealand for 5 years after their 50th birthday. Servants of the Pacific Island community were recognised at an investiture ceremony in Auckland last week after receiving New Year's Honours Awards. Invested with the New Zealand Order of Merit Merit Award for services to the Pacific community were Fuimono Bentaufua for his work in education, and Tongan Cook Islands producer Stan Wolfgram, who was also recognised for his contribution to the arts. Receiving the Queen's Service Medal for services to the Pacific community were Tuvalu writer Afa Ese Manoa and long-time Samoan sports community supporter To'olepai Louis Tautolo. Warrant Officer Marine Technician David Hamill also received a Distinguished Service Decoration for services to the Defence Force. The Samoa Observer newspaper's popular Tusitala short story writing competition is going regional this year, meaning it's open to young writers in the islands, Australia and New Zealand. They'll also take entries in English and Samoan. The paper's been running this competition for students for nearly 20 years to improve English literacy for its readers, but now there's a new problem.
There are a lot of people, even my own kids, my grandchildren here, they can't speak the language. So I mean, encouraging the parents to get your kids to speak Samoan.
There's prize money for winners, but you have to get in quick. Entries have to be submitted online, and the closing date is the 1st of June. And you can find out more at tusitalacompetition.com. Auckland Pasifika students got to rub shoulders with British royalty when Prince Harry visited Southern Cross campus in South Auckland yesterday. The 30-year-old Prince began his Auckland visit at the school, where he was entertained by some of its Pacific Islands cultural groups. He also handed out certificates and took time out to meet some of its senior students before heading to the spinal unit at Middlemore Hospital. He also got to relax a bit when he popped into the Tyler Youth Centre, and Prince Harry is scheduled to leave New Zealand tonight. To sport now, and there are growing concerns from fans after the beating MMA fighter Mark Hunt took during his latest UFC fight in Australia last week. The 41-year-old Samoan was up against American heavyweight Stipe Miocic, but it soon became clear that there was just one fighter in it as Hunt came in for a beating. Miocic won a TKO in the 5th round, but many believe the fight should have been called off in the 3rd. Hunt told media he was underdone for the fight, but had to take his beating, and I quote, like a man. And later in the show, we'll be talking about the issue of head injuries in sport. And that's your Pacific News for this week. Back to you, Marama and Tom.
Thank you very much, Nelly. And I have to say a big congratulations to you and your wife on your newborn boy this week.
Congrats.
Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've got a really unusual situation in studio, actually, because Tom, of course, had his twin boys earlier this month as well.
That's right. Boys are running this world, eh?
Hey, my girl's going to show up soon.